Hi everyone, Sarah here from the Paper Cut. It is Thursday night, so if you usually catch me on Thursday nights, here I am. It's a normal night tonight.
But we aren't normal.
We are normal, yeah. So let's make sure we have sound.
Sound is, yeah.
Yep. Okay, so we have sound. Okay, so we're on our regular Thursday night, except we're doing more than we normally do. So just a recap, virtual sale week. The coupon code TPC25. If you are checking out for your second, third, fourth time this week, make sure you do the add-on for your shipping. Or if you think you paid enough for shipping already, do pick up at warehouse and then we'll figure it out in the end. So if you pay by credit card, it's super easy for us to adjust the shipping. It's if you pay by PayPal, it's kind of a pain with refunds. So then I will usually contact you and say you paid too much for shipping or you didn't pay enough. So anyways, it's a lot this week. We have a lot going on. We have the sale, then we have our flash sales, then we have our comment sold on Saturday. So, but we're all having fun.
And we have that Christmas thing. So if they bought
if you
two
buy,
of the last 3 nights.
Yeah, if you participate on 5 of the 6 days, because we have the flash sales Monday through Friday, and then a comment sold. So if you participate on 5 of the 6 days, my mom's going to throw in something from her Christmas stash or room or whatever you want to call it. So anyways, yeah, we're happy that you're joining us this week. Comment sold on Saturday. If you need a refresher, I posted a video yesterday. I'll probably go through it again tomorrow night too, and Saturday morning. So let's get, are there any questions? Usually
No.
there are, but no questions.
No.
So we must be covering everything pretty good. So let's get to flash sale. So last night, I didn't think you guys would be very excited about flash sale because, I've showed those things throughout the year and you guys just blew it out of the water. So you must have decided, oh, I need those things that she showed. So tonight is another night I'm thinking, oh, this one's kind of boring. But you never know. So we're having our cardstock night tonight. Well, and one envelope, but anyways. So we're doing cardstock tonight, either overstocked or discontinued. So first off, and if you spend $25 or more tonight, hang on. If you spend $25 or more, you get this cute little make and take card. So this one we did in our in-house, so you guys are getting to see what we did in-house. So you spend $25 in flash sale items. The bird is stamped, the words are stamped. So you're stamping anything you want back here, and then you're coloring and assembling, and it's using some of our new glitter paper. So you'll get this cute little kit if you spend $25 in flash sale items, not just a $25 purchase, but $25 before the discount in flash sale items. Not too hard to do. So anyways, but we're doing cardstocks tonight. So, but we're going to start with a sparkle. So the Miri Sparkle. This is the black. It is a little bit narrower, so it's 7.63 instead of 8.5. Normally $10.50, on sale for $7.50. With your 25% off, it's $5.62 for 5 sheets. And then we have a bunch of the basis. I've talked about basis before. It's discontinued. So these are either $5 or $4. So the $5 ones will come down to $3.75. The $4 ones will come down to $3. I did some of these in May, but this is even cheaper than in May. So
Yeah, there's a lot of glitter on that package. That we know that.
oh,
Maybe you can.
sorry.
That's okay.
Hang on.
Okay. And people have been shopping the flash sale already, Sarah. So now that answers the question. Did you turn it on? Yes.
I did turn it on.
I see.
Yep. Okay. So, and sorry, I do have glare on the rest of the packages. So, yes, that is the black diamond Miri Sparkle, less glare.
Better, Nancy, right?
Okay. But I do have glare on some of these other ones, actually.
You want me to open some up?
No, I don't. Okay. Well, I'm not going to open them all up, but we're just going to do. So, Basis Aqua. This is a 12 by 12, but I only have it's the 8.5 by 11, 25 sheets that's on sale. Basis Aqua. So $5 marked down to $3.75. Light Purple. This one is $4, so down to $3. Are they looking okay when I go like this?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we
So,
can see it.
Light Brown on sale for $5, marked down to $3.75. Basis Burgundy on sale for $5, marked down to $3.75.
So there's not only a Glycerol, then we get a reflection of other things.
Oh, well, hang on a second. I'm going to open up, because one of the other things tonight is a big variety pack, so I'm sure I have all these colors in here. Basis Aqua, there we go. Basis Light Brown. Basis Light Purple, I do not have in here, but it is just a light purple. Then we have Basis Light Yellow.
Sarah, are the bases metallic or just regular cardstock?
They're just regular cardstock. Light Yellows, $5, marked down to $3. Basis Pink. So Basis Pink, this is a really nice pink. $5 down to $3.75. Actually, the Basis Light Yellow is $5 down to $3.75. Basis Golden Green. This one we have a lot of, so it's $4 marked down to $3. Mint Green, which is one of our normal stocks, but it's discontinued. So this one, $5 marked down to $3.75, a really nice pastel-y green. Limeade, which is a green, it's discontinued by the mill. So $5 marked down to $3.75, and that one's a 100-pound cardstock.
That's nicer.
What?
That's nicer when you open them up.
Yeah. And then Safety Orange, which is kind of a pumpkin-y color, and I've used it a lot this year. So this one is 100-pound. This one is $6, marked down to $4.50. And then we have a gray that is not normally in our thing, but we had to get it to replace the antique gray. So this one is called Light Gray, and it's kind of like a putty color. So light gray, and it's kind of like putty. And that one is $6, marked down to $4.50 also. And I'm just gonna, the only one that I didn't open up yet was the Basis Light Purple. So what the heck, I'm just gonna open it up. And I should have thought about that ahead of time. So Basis Light Purple, this one we have a lot of, so it's $4 marked down to $3. And those are all 25-count packages. So you're getting quite a number of sheets, go in on them with a friend, or make a lot of cards, do exchanges, do whatever you do. So
Probably made all the employees go blind on that lime green.
okay, so then we have our jumbo end cuts, and this is 100 count. It is 20 colors. The colors are going to vary. So like this is one package of them, and they're 3.88 approximately by 8.5. $12 marked down to $9, and then with your 25% off, they'll be $6.75. So, but they might vary. They might not be these exact colors. I have another one here that is a little bit different. So you can't specify, but it's 20 different colors. And it's all 80-pound cardstock. So like another one that I have, you know, is these colors. You just can't specify. You're going to get 20 colors, and they're, you know, a good assortment of colors. So, and then my one last thing is I have some Slimline envelopes, and I bought them, you know, kind of on a deal, and I didn't see them, and they told me they were craft. So what do you think of when you think of craft? You think craft. Okay, so
And the basis colors, matte finish or glossy?
they're matte.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got these Slimline envelopes. They said they were craft, And my mom and I asked her what color they were today. She said they're cantaloupe. So,
They are.
So yeah, this is Slimline Envelopes, 25 of them. Normally $8, marked down to $4, and with your 25% off, they're $3. They're a little bit lighter weight than our normal ones, but they're kind of like a melon color, or like one of those file folders, or not file folders, like one of those envelopes. You know, those darker manila envelopes that, I don't know. Anyways, they said they were craft. I think they lied. So
They sure did.
I'm calling them cantaloupe. But a nice orange that might be nice for Halloween. It would be nice for fall. It would be nice for spring. Or if you do a card that just has some yellows and oranges on it, it would be very pretty. So $3 for 25 Slimline envelopes.
Sarah,
Yes.
are the color pack sized for Slimline cards?
These are not. They are sized that you can cut them down because they're 3.88 by 8.5. So they're a little bit wider. Slimline cards vary. They're kind of hard. Some people do slimline cards, and we call it a large as 4 by 9. Our normal slimline card is 3.5 by 8.5. So our normal slimline layer is 3.25 by 8.25. These are a little bit bigger. So if you have some of those slimline dies that are a little bit bigger, you could use these to cut them. So, anyways, yeah, the jumbo end cut variety.
If you order 2 of the variety packs, will you try to send different colors?
Yes, I will tell Becky to try and send the 2 different varieties. So if they're available.
Okay. All right. To check the flash sale items, we go to thepapercut.com and then click on the sale, then click on the flash sale, that big red
Big red box. Yep.
Yes.
That's how you get to the flash sale items. So tell your friends, if they're not on Facebook, that they don't need to be on Facebook. Some people thought that they had to be on Facebook in order to participate in the flash sale, and that's not true. I've got people following me right now on YouTube. Hi, June Lukowski. Hopefully you're out there tonight. And but really, I've got other people that just know that they're going to be there at 6 p.m. So they just go. So, anyways, that is the flash sale for tonight. I know tomorrow. Or I know I said last night. I kind of hinted in class that maybe a die would be on sale tonight, but I'm doing that tomorrow because I only have a certain number of these envelopes and a certain number of these, and so I need to watch them kind of carefully. Tomorrow night we'll be in class the whole night. So after class tonight, I can go sit on my computer and I can watch how many are selling, and then I can shut them off if they're getting close to selling out. So that's why I kind of switched tonight and tomorrow night for my flash sale items. So if we don't have any questions, we are going to go down to the table in just 1 minute. I'm moving all of my stuff out of the way.
So inter-office envelopes, is that what you could use those for?
Inter-office envelopes. I think that is the color. That's what I was thinking. The inter-office envelopes, like at school where you have the lines on them. Yeah, this is the color of those.
Yep.
Yes, basically, that's what I was thinking of. I just couldn't spit out the words.
Well, see, it's been a long time since.
So, anyways, let's go down to the table.
You're down there.
Okay, so my table today is the first day of fall. So, I had to say happy fall, y'all. And a couple of my customers, Kathy and Linda, came to the in-person warehouse sale and they saw my die and they found this soap that said fall, y'all. So, happy fall, y'all. So, thank you. So let's get right to class and just getting my flash sale stuff out of the way. Okay, so we'll take our happy fall out of the way. Tonight we are doing the silhouettes and backgrounds class. Things that you probably want to have for class. You probably want to have a stamp platform, which I have right here. You're going to want to have paper towels, eventually we'll get to that to wipe your hands off. You're going to want to have hopefully a glass mat or a Pampered Chef mat or something. Your inks, I have a whole assortment of inks in front of me, and I'm like protecting my mom so she doesn't get splattered.
Thank you very much.
I have a mat, so. But anyways, an assortment of inks, some blending brushes, a black ink pad, some clear blocks. So this class we're actually doing stamping, and you might get your fingers dirty. So let's start out. We're going to start out with the brush blending just because that is my comfort zone, so we're going to start out there. We are going to start out with our, oops, we got to put this card out of the way. We have our stamp set, and we are going to start out with our pink card. Oh, let me talk about this though too. So in this packet, this is your extras packet. It does have some gems in there that you need for the cards. It has some extra card colors in case you don't have, like there's pink and there's blue and there's purple and there's green. So I included some other colors in there in case you don't have something that matches. And then in here, there's different papers. So for the papers, I separated the two smooth ones. The whiter smooth one is our Cougar. Okay, the kind of, you can tell the difference in whites. Probably not on camera, but when it's in front of you, you can. The other one that's not as white is our 100-pound watercolor. The really dimply one is the Royal Ultra White Felt, and the thickest one that feels kind of soft is the cold press watercolor. So this is your extras packet that you can make more card fronts, you can make some card backs, you can play with these, you can do whatever you want with them. It's your packet to do whatever you want. While we're playing, if you need an extra card front because you have extra ink on your table and you want to, you know, scoop it up so it doesn't go to waste, you can just, you know, grab one of these layers. So that's what's in this extras packet. You can get it out now, you can get it out a different day, whatever you want to do. But we're going to start out with our pink card. And let's see, I do have my samples, or 3 of my 4 samples. So that one. And you can tell that I was splattering here. So I'm going to open that up. We're going to start with brush blending because, like I said, that is my comfort zone. So in here we have our envelope, which that's okay. We just set that aside so it doesn't get dirty. Our card.
Like regular cardstock or glitter or mirror?
Which one? No, who asked the question?
Judy Races.
Okay, Judy, which one are you referring to? What?
Oh, what paper or papers would you recommend for the holidays coming up, especially Christmas? That's the rest of the question.
Okay. For Christmas, I mean, I actually prefer metallics, mirror card, mirror lava, sparkly. I'm all about that for the holidays. So in this packet, we have a ribbon, we have our card, we have our text insert. This is one of our silk papers, and you can feel it. It's really kind of a really super smooth, soft paper. When I'm attaching my text insert, now it's up to you. I don't have anything stamped on the inside. Sometimes I'll wait to attach my text insert in case I screwed up on one side. I can turn it over and do it on the other. But I'm going to show you my method for attaching a text insert. I like to put tape right over the top of the score with a little bit of tape going on each side of the score. So I used a 1/2-inch tape gun right on the top. If you're using a 1/4 inch, I like to go a little bit down each side. Hold my card at a 90-degree angle. And then take my folded text insert, which it's metallic, so you can use Stays On will for sure dry. Other inks like Mementos might not dry as quick, so you're not going to want to fold it right away because it might still be wet, or you can heat set it. but I like to take my folded text insert and just kind of set it right into that adhesive. And again, up to you whether you want to attach your text insert to the inside or wait. I'm just attaching mine because.
Chicken and corn on the cob. Jean Korleski Clark. Chicken and corn on the cob. Must be
So
fall food.
This layer is just a layer. On the card, I do have a white layer behind our sparkle layer. So it's kind of a tone on tone. So this white layer, and if you don't want to attach it, if you just want to eventually, have a bigger layer of pink around there and save this one for an extra one, you knock your socks off. This is your project. But I'm just going to go ahead and get some of my layers out of the way before I do my brush blending. So again, this is more of just a white border, but if you want to save it for something else, you can. Not sure what the chicken and corn on the cob was for.
I don't know either.
I don't know. Maybe Jean was telling somebody and she was on the wrong post. Or maybe she just wanted to share what she had for dinner.
Oh, yeah. I had chicken.
So that's just attached. Now we're just going to set this aside because we are going to brush blend. We have 2 white pieces. Okay. They are both big enough to fit behind our oval. But just make sure, because I know we put 2 of them in yours. Make sure they both fit behind there, or use the one that does fit behind there. I'm using the bigger one of the 2. The other one is for your words and will layer behind your pink. This white one is in case this pink is a little dark, you could brush blend with the same color as your glitter.
Jean says, yeah, sorry, she posted in the wrong place.
That's okay. That's okay.
Oh, good, somebody else does that.
So we are going to brush blend, and I like to, I don't know, for some reason, I just like to turn my paper. So we're going to do kind of an ombre, going darker at the bottom, lighter at the top, and we're going to use pinks. Now, if you're using the Rubbernecker ones, they have the gradiated ones, so you could start out with your lighter color. Actually, I'm going to put them in order of the paper.
You're welcome, Jane Hindenlang. We placed extra materials in the kits to give you more options in case you get mixed up.
Well, or just in case you don't have the exact matching color.
Yeah.
I used this one in red last night, so I'm just getting a little bit off of here. Actually, it's probably a nice color pink that I've got it almost clean. So you can either start with your lightest one and go, or you could start with your darkest one and just go up. And as you could just use one ink pad. If you only have one pink ink pad, just get lighter as you go up. So let me start with, I think I did it all in one, but honestly, I'm not sure. So I'm going to do my lightest one at the top. And then I could go my second color, my third color, and my fourth color. But for those of you that maybe only have one ink pad, you could, let me just go the one ink pad route. Rubbernecker does have refills for their re-inkers now. So, or for their little cubes. So they do have the refills, which are kind of nice. I usually don't buy ink pads without refills just because I go through them so much. So if you're going just the one ink pad route, you're going to start where it's light, and then you're just going to work your way up, and as you go up, it will get lighter. And you just want it lightest at the top. And then you're just going to keep doing it a little bit darker on the bottom until you get your shade. Just don't do it too dark going up because you won't be able to take color off. Keep that dark on the bottom and then just work the color going up. Because you want it darkest at the bottom. So this is our white cougar. I like to blend on our white cougar. It's a super smooth.
Look at those inky fingers again.
Yep, we're going to get inky fingers. And that's okay. So I just want to see how it looks behind my... So see, I'm going to cut that top part off because I like my shading down closer to the bottom. So I think I'm happy with mine. So I'm going to stop right there. And I'm going to try and pick up as I go, which isn't normally something that happens. But since I've got a lot out in front of me, actually I'm going to need pink again.
I like those little cube pads.
So, because, you know, I could do this, but I do like the really dark at the bottom. So I am going to trim off the top. And this is just based on where it falls on your paper that you like. So not everybody is necessarily going to trim. It just depends on where your color is that you like through your window. So again, only trim if that fits your project. And don't trim too much off, because otherwise it might not fit in the window. But you do remember have an extra piece of paper. So since I had my brushes out, I forgot I was going to do a little bit on here because I'm going to stamp my words on there. Whoops. So it was the first day of fall today, and it was 60 degrees. It was nice.
Yeah, and sunshiny and refreshing. Oh my gosh, I like
fall. I think that's like my favorite.
Mine
season.
too, Sarah. You know, we got kids that were born in the fall. Well, except for Dave. Dave's a little pre-fall. But I met Bogey in the fall. Oh my gosh, so many good memories.
So I'm going to stamp my words right on there. So yeah, on your other piece, you can do a little bit of brush blending for your words. And if this pink, if you don't like that pink, although it's okay, you could put some ink on this piece. Oops. This piece of white glitter is either extra or use it to brush blend the same color. Or you could even drag your ink across it if you want exact matching color.
Does the sale code not apply to the new glitter card?
It does. It applies to everything except for
everything except for
the
classes
class page.
and yeah.
So yeah, this white glitter paper, you can either use it to make the same matching color, or I did give you a piece of the glitter paper. Either way, one of them is extra for another project. Okay, so now we are going to stamp whichever flower. So in the set,
it is 99 degrees in Dallas today.
oh geez,
Holy cow.
I used this one. Totally up to you, you know, which one you want to use. Again, I used the words, sometimes a little sparkle is all you need, because this card has a lot of glitter paper on it. So let's get my
It didn't work
out.
when she went to checkout. Just drop us an email, Tammy.
What didn't work?
The sale code.
TPC25.
TPC25? Oh, she was talking about the glitter paper.
It should work.
It should work. Drop us an email and we'll check it.
I'm going to stamp my word stamp right on here. Ooh, one thing that I just did, we're going to see how this comes out. See how I had the black right there? I pushed it down a little bit hard. Sometimes when you do that, you'll get a shadow on your stamped image. So you want to be careful not to push down too hard when you ink, because if you do that, that could go onto your actual image. But there's two sides to every paper. This piece of paper was plenty big. Okay, so now we could use our stamp platform for this, but since this paper is super smooth, I'm just going to go for it with a regular clear block. Up to you whether you want to go for it or put it in a stamping platform. I just know that I have to be, I'm just going to go for it. And again, paper has two sides. I will use my platform. Oh, they typed the code wrong. So user error. Okay, good. Thanks, Tammy. I was going to run in the other room and check it because I was a little bit worried. So yeah. Thank you for letting me know. Yay! It worked. I love it when stuff works. So, before you start assembling things, if your fingers are dirty, make sure that you clean them off. I did have my baby wipes out here the other night when we were doing our stencil butters, so I'm going to get those back out here too, along with my paper towel. But that's one thing I hate, is when I'm stamping and I have dirty fingers and then I smooge it. Oh, that makes me mad.
Smooge, there's another one of those technical terms.
So we're going to take our glitter paper with the oval in it, and we're going to turn it over. Turn it over on clean surface, okay? Not on dirty surface. And we're going to just put tape around our oval. This was one of our ovals. I think it was cut out of like die 004. It's a big oval set. Now, for picking this up, instead of just turning it over and doing it upside down like this, I kind of like to look at it from the front. I put tape around my window, and then I look at it, and I just kind of pick it up a little. So I just kind of go tappy tap to pick that up. Whether it's on straight or not in the back, it doesn't matter. Now I can put tape on the rest and attach that to the front of my card. I think Melinda said she puts gloves on.
Yep.
That's a good idea for when you're doing the messy stuff, then you can take them off and go on with clean hands to the assembly. Oops, turn it over. So yeah, if you just want to attach it right to there, you could. I attached mine on my white, so it's kind of double layered. And if you want to pop, oh, hang on a second, hold the phone. I forgot about my white, because this is a very tone-on-tone. You could wrap that around. And actually on my original sample, I wrapped it around the white piece too. Whoops. But if people didn't see my white piece, they're not going to know. Or see my original sample. You guys did.
Smart Nancy. She said thanks for mentioning YouTube. She jumped on there to look at the colors again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I usually have a bunch of things going too.
Okay.
I should get that YouTube going.
Sometimes I'll put adhesive underneath my ribbon. This one we're going to layer foam tape right on top of it with our word. So now you can get a personal paper trimmer out to trim this. I'm just going to go for it. Oh, here we go. Let's see if I can trim straight well on video. Nope, I can't. I should have gotten my trimmer out.
Oh.
That's still not straight. I hate that. I should have just gotten my trimmer out. Oh well.
Hey, it's handmade
Yep, it's handmade.
with love.
With love. I'm going to get my foam tape out.
So Sarah, is your YouTube channel the paper cut, or is it?
I think it's either the paper cut INC or the paper cut WI. I think it's the paper cut INC.
All one word, or?
All one word, yes.
All right.
I think. There is a link to the YouTube channel on the event page.
Oh, okay.
Down near the bottom, I believe.
Okay.
Because it says, check us out on YouTube.
Event page.
So now I put ink on there. It's not sticking very well because it's wet. But I am going to take a clean block and just push it down rather than use my fingers. And it's still not sticking. Well, darn it, because I've got too much ink on there right now. Well, that's going to tick me right off.
I see it.
Hang on.
The paper cut ink, separate words.
Okay. See what happened? My ink was wet on there, and my foam tape would not stick to it. Okay, I did not think of that. At least during my classes, I keep it real. I know you guys all have these struggles at some point, so I do too. Stuff happens.
Yep.
So even the instructor has problems.
Nothing we can't overcome.
Right. Yeah, good thing I have a big roll of foam tape now. Huge roll. It's going to last me a while. Let's see if I dried it enough.
That's when wet glue comes in handy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a big wet glue fan. There we go. I'm just trimming my pink. And if you want to double layer it, you do have another layer of pink, but I'm going to just not double layer it because I wasted enough time on that.
Robin's didn't stick because she forgot to remove the tape from the double side.
Well, that will kind of be a problem.
Hey, Linda did that on live yesterday morning.
Yeah, Linda did that from Bailey's Stamp and Scrap.
Yeah.
So I have an extra piece of pink because I didn't use that.
Sarah, do you ever sleep?
Do I sleep? Yes, I do.
She says, Sarah, do I ever sleep? But I think she meant, do you ever sleep? Yeah.
I probably won't be sleeping tomorrow night because I'll be getting ready for Comment Sold. But then I can sleep after that. I'm actually, the grandbaby's coming over Saturday night, so if he's, depending on when he comes, I'm going to have to take a nap. Naps are always good. Naps are a good thing. Okay, and then you do have some gems. And you can use them wherever you want on your cards. So the pearls are for the second card. These gems, I think there's a couple extra ones in here. So yeah, you use your gems. You do you. however you want to use your gems is perfectly fine.
There's no gem cop out here.
Yeah, I can't tell what you're doing with them anyways.
Yeah.
So I did put one in the center of each flower, just because this is our sparkly card. And then I just put...
Yeah, she will need a vacation after that, surely. After this, we can then wrap it up with Ev.
Yeah.
Ready spaghetti.
Ready spaghetti. It'll keep me going. Alrighty. Card number 1. Done. Yay. Okay. Set that one off to the side so it doesn't get splattered with anything. We are going to move on to our second brush blending one before we move on to getting our fingers dirty. So this one I don't have the sample for because it was my mom's Mother's Day card or birthday card. Mother's Day card.
Oh, I could have brought it.
That's okay. That's okay.
God.
They don't mind.
Okay.
So it's an A6 card. And there's some different words, so you can use whatever words you want. I do have 3 of these flowers all piled on top of each other. And while I have clean hands, I'm just going to do my flowers first because my hands are clean.
I probably couldn't have brought it anyway because I still haven't unpacked all my boxes.
Oh, that could be, yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
You don't know where it's at.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I'll get it probably in the middle of winter. I'll get all unpacked.
So if you want to just use 2 flowers piled up and save one for another project, this is your class. So you do whatever you want. One of them, if you have a separate one, see how it's not as white as our cougar. I think this separate one is, and it's a really heavyweight one, that is the 120-pound Purely Simple paper. It's another really smooth paper, but it's 120 pounds. And so if you, and you can put whichever one you want on top. If you want a whiter one on top, or if you want it to stand out, the slightly off-white one on top, because you want it to stand out more. Well, actually, it's going to go on some brush blending. So, but you put whichever one on top that you want. You pile 1, you do 2, you do 3, totally up to you. Because you have extra card bases and you have extra layers. So if you want to save the flowers for another card, you can. I'm going to pile them up just because that's what I originally did. And yes, I'm doing that first because my hands are clean. There we go. But you can tell the difference. The cougar is the brightest white. And it's a super smooth. This 120-pound is a little kind of like eggshell color. And there's an extra piece, or this is your actual layer that's going on your card. I gave you a window overlay because we are using that as a kind of a reverse, kind of a mask. So we're brush blending inside the mask. But even before I get to that, I'm going to get to piling my flowers just so they're all set to go. And you can pick one of the words to cut out. There's praying for you, thinking of you, or birthday wishes. So whatever you think you need or want, or you just put them all in the envelope with it, and when you need a card, then you can decide which saying you need. That's kind of a good idea too. I'm going to do a thinking of you. And if you put something on there, you could always like cover it up with one of the other ones. So you can.
Where's
put
the
it
Happy
inside.
Mother's Day?
I don't have a Happy Mother's Day. I gave it to you for Mother's Day.
No, somebody's asking that question.
there is
Melinda's asking that question.
Oh, This one says birthday wishes. The one I oh, it was for your birthday, not Mother's Day.
Oh,
Because
okay.
the card says birthday wishes.
Okay.
So I couldn't remember if I gave it to her for Mother's Day or for her birthday. But it was her birthday.
Back in March.
Back in March, yep. I must have made a different card for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I came and gave it to you at your work.
Oh, I know exactly where it is now.
Okay.
Where's the Happy Mother's Day, Melinda? It's at my house. At my house. In a mess of paperwork, right?
Well, we don't know that it's a mess of paperwork, so.
Well, I'll be real.
Okay. I'm just piling them up. I'm using my micro dot adhesive. Trying to find an area that's not been used too much. Did I get more micro dot adhesive sheets out? No, not yet. I do have to do that before tomorrow though. I like to get every darn speck off of there. So yeah, I just piled them 3 high to give it more dimension. So up to you again what you want to do. Okay, so I've got that ready. I've got my words ready. Setting them off to the side. I've got my card. Now, these are the exact same size. This window overlay, you can turn it over after you're done and save it for another project, or you can save it as a mask. I am going to pull out my, hang on, I have to get to the other side of my little protector cover here. I'm just using some removable tape. I have like a barrier up so it kind of protects when we're splattering stuff. So I have some removable tape and they're the exact same size. So I'm just going to tape them together to keep it in place. And you could hold it in place with your hands because this top part doesn't matter. We want the image that's in here. Okay, so I'm going to start out with my yellow at the top, and then I'm going to go my orange, and then I'm going to go my pink. But if you want to do, like this project, you could do any colors. So if your jam is not these colors, you could go yellow, green, teal, or some teals and then purple, or it's up to you. Because this is totally your project. So, and this one does not matter. So yeah, you could do other colors on here. You blend with whatever colors turn your crank. If you want to do all blues, do all blues. Blue and purple, blue, purple, gray. We're going to do blue, purple, gray later. Or I am. And I'm going to my next color. The other thing that I didn't do is clean my blending brushes, which they've been used a lot lately. They're really...
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, we get pretty colors that way. It's always a surprise.
Probably needs re-inking. Hang on. Let's see if I have a different orange. I do not have a different orange. I might have to go get a different orange because this one's bothering me. Oh, there we go. Just needed a little convincing. Now if you get a stark line like I just did there, you can go back to your yellow and kind of blend over the top of that. Oh, and that didn't take it off very good either. but I'm going to put flowers on there anyways. I think my blending brushes are dirty. Okay, enough with the pink, or the orange. Move on to my pink. But yeah, you could keep this mask for something else, or you turn it over and just use it as a window overlay. Or maybe you like these outer colors on the outside of your frame. All right. So now I can take that off. Nice, and I have my perfectly rectangle on there, so I can take my removable tape off of here. And yeah, now I have the other side that I could use for a different project, or keep it as a mask, or do whatever you want. But
Love that pink. Yeah, me too.
So that set.
Did everyone's stencil butter cards dry out so they could assemble? That's a good
Mine were
question.
dried before the night, but it depends on how thick you put your stencil butters on. So for this one, I know that I popped it up just to give some dimension. So I am going to go to my bigger roll of tape instead of the little ones that I have cut. I'm just going to put some bigger tape on here, especially because it's a big layer. I don't want it sagging in the middle, so I'm going to put some in the middle too.
Sometimes I repeat questions that you've already talked about, Sarah, because I've got people on the virtual classroom page too that...
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you repeat a question? I didn't remember.
No, I don't know, but just in case somebody thinks I'm wackier than usual.
Yeah, my mom's looking at 2 pages. She's looking at the virtual class page plus our regular page. So what's the name of the pink ink? So this one is fuchsia. It's in a set of 4, and it's this Color Fuse re-inker set, or well, it's not the re-inker, but it's Color Fuse set number 5 from Rubbernecker. So, Color Fuse set 5, and I was using the fuchsia, which is the darkest one.
What is the name of the pink ink? Okay, so yeah, you're talking about
the pink ink. That's what I was just talking about.
Color Fuchsia fuchsia color.
Color Fuse set number 5, and the color that I was using out of that set was fuchsia. This is more foam tape than I normally use. I don't know why I did that. This is the foam tape that I actually don't like, that now I'm trying to get rid of. So I didn't mind wasting it. But then it stands up without like sagging in the middle.
Inks, Color Fuse ink.
Yep, it was set number 5.
All right.
Okay, so there we have that. We're going to take our flowers and attach them, and I'm going to use my micro dot adhesive sheet. And I'm going in multiple places because this is a really used one, and I'm trying to make sure I get dots on there. There we go. then I'm just going to put a little foam tape on my words. And I did have the pearls in the little bag for this one. So you can either attach those flat or you can use a little pop dot. Then we are going to go on to getting some inkier fingers. There we go. And we have some pearls, and you do have one extra pearl just in case one fell off in transit. And plus it was easier for us to just cut a hunk of 4. And if you want to put them in a row, you put them in a row. If you want to just put them randomly on the card, you put them randomly.
Who sells the stamp you used with the Flip It card, the turkey and pumpkin?
That's from Rubbernecker.
Okay.
And remember, you can use the same coupon code, TPC25, on their website and on the Impression Obsession website too, this week. All right, so there we have that card. Now I have my sample done. I'm going to put my ink pads away, or at least my big ones, and my blending brushes, because we don't need our blending brushes anymore. And I don't need my couple, I really like this yellow ink pad. But I am going to keep my little ink pads out. Whoops. Okay, I'll pick that up. And now I'm going to get out my glass mat. So I'm going to get out my glass mat. And let's go on to this one first. Now this one, I did use a block. So this image right here is from a block. Okay, and you can use any shape. I think tonight I'm going to try this kind of ripply edged one. And if you have a circle block instead that you want to use there, or a square, that's fine. So I have a block, and I have a purple, a blue, and a gray ink pad. But again, you do whatever color you want. Your card base color is purple. There is a silver card base in the packet. There's a gold card base, and there's kind of a nudish card base. So I'm going to get out a few ink pads. And I can't even remember exactly which ones I used. I either used one of those two, but I'm not sure. So I was playing with this stuff, and it is almost impossible to get something to look exactly the same. So yeah, so mine probably will not look like this.
Sarah, was the flower die on the last card the cone flower die from Rubbernecker?
Yes. Yes, it is the cone flower die. Does it show on their website?
The cone flower die?
Yeah.
I didn't look yet. But
Okay.
I'm gonna look right now.
And I have a brush out because I did do a little bit of splattering. This splattering got a little bit out of control, and that's okay. And I have a black ink pad eventually for stamping the You Amaze Me and your flowers. And the other thing that I'm using is a water spritzer. Where did I put my water spritzer? Oh, it's right behind me. Here we go. So I have a water spritzer. Now, this one, you do have extra tops, but it's kind of a fine line between putting too much water on and not enough water on. So you might want to try it just on a piece of scratch paper first. But you know, I hate it when I try it on a piece of scratch paper and it's like perfect and it's not the regular paper that I wanted. So
I typed in coneflower at Rubbernecker and it didn't come up.
Type in the word cone.
Cone?
Yeah, just try cone and see if that
C-O-N-E,
comes up.
right?
Yeah.
All right.
Hang on, I'm looking for some of my samples from when I was trying it. So this one And this is just on a piece of watercolor paper. I didn't spritz it enough.
Where's that last card, Sarah? I want to see that. Thank you.
If they don't have them, I do have some.
All right. Coneflower die set. Is that what it's from?
Yes, it's
Okay.
well, I think mine came separate, but it was a while ago. This is a bigger block set where I didn't spray enough water either. So that's what I mean. You might want to just try it just so you can get the feel for how much water you're going to be spritzing on it before you go ahead and do it on yours. But you do have 2 extra pieces of this Royal Ultra White felt. So if you didn't find the coneflower, they might be out of it, but I do have some. So you can email me if you want the coneflower and we can take care of payment later.
Okay. It's not on their site right now. They got a different one.
Okay. So
Oh, maybe that's it.
let's just get started. And again, we're playing, we're having fun, and then you'll get to your finished product. But if you want to play on a piece of scratch paper, I'm going to do that first. So I took, nope, that's not it.
That's not
Because
it.
mine was all one piece.
Okay.
So I did take my ink pad and I just rubbed it over my clear block. So I have my purple, I have my gray, and you can overlap the colors a little bit. And I have my blue.
Sherry found it. Sherry Tuttle found it on Rubbernecker.
Oh, there
Sherry,
you go.
can you share a link?
Okay, and then you're going to spritz it. I'm not going to spritz it up here. I'm going to, well, I will. I'm just going to move my sample over. So you're going to spritz it. Now you don't want it so it's rolling off of there, but if you don't get enough, remember you're going to get it a little bit blotchy like that, and that's fine too. So, and then you're going to turn it over and just set it down. So I can tell that I didn't spritz it enough with this one right away because it's not spreading out enough. So I needed just a little bit more water. If you put too much water on, it's hard to actually turn it over because it starts running off. So you can take the paper and set it on there like that. So let's do it again. And again, yeah, we're playing a little, so hopefully you have a little bit of scratch paper first, because it does take a little bit of getting used to. Oh, she said she already did further up in the comments.
Yeah. Melinda found it too.
And you can tap, that'll put a little bit more on there ink-wise if you want to tappy tap instead of drag it. Tappy tap will do a little bit more ink. Oh, Sherry said that she found the wrong one.
Oh, the wrong one.
That
Okay.
was probably the one that you found too.
Okay.
So you're going to spritz it. So now I have quite a bit of water on there. And if I tried to turn this over, I'm going to try it. Still was a little bit blotchy, so I still need a little bit more water. So I'm going to do it again. So that's what I mean. We're playing just to get the feel of this. Because if you've never done it before, and it was a while since I did it the last time. But yeah, it's a fine line between how much water is enough and too much. Oh, there, Melinda posted another link. So.
Okay, good. I was going up further.
Okay. So now this one I do have quite a bit of water, so I'm actually going to turn this over and just see. And this is, I'm just testing. Oh, yeah, and that covered pretty much the whole thing. So that, getting it pretty wet is what worked. got my paper towel out. And if this is not your jam,
Can I see that card again, please, Sue?
yep.
Thank you.
There you go. If messy, yeah. If messy isn't your thing, then you can brush blend all yours. So it's totally up to you. But I'm going to go on to my card front. Remember, if you turn this over on here and you do it on the left side, when you turn it back over, it's going to be on your right side. So just beware, if you're bringing your block to your paper, you're looking at where you're putting it. If you're taking your paper to your block, it's going to be opposite.
Okay.
On your paper, so Mom, on the paper it says exactly what the number is. Type in 5301, 5301, and then just type in those numbers, and then it's -03D, but just type in 5301 and see what
we
comes
got
up.
that one up, but it looks a little different.
With 03 after it?
Yeah, 5301,
5301-03.
not D.
No.
D means die, doesn't it?
Yeah, actually that does. I don't think that's the right one.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to send my mom on a little field trip for a minute. Mom, can you go up to the front, and on the board, on the slat wall that's closest to the quilted-card stuff, there's some hanging there.
Okay, great. I'll get it.
Okay.
Okay, because that
Yeah, it
03D
doesn't look
is a
right.
different one.
Yeah, and I might have the wrong, maybe I have the wrong number. Okay. So she's going on a field trip, so she'll be right back. We're going to solve this once and for all. Okay, so now I've got my actual paper in front of me because I played with it a couple times, not enough water a couple times, and then I got enough water. I only cut mine once, so yeah, I think that I have the wrong number on there. She's going to go up and get the actual. Because I did get some from them to sell at the in-person sale, so I do have some. So we're going to solve the mystery. I'm just putting ink on my block. Now I'm going to spritz it with water. And remember, you're going to spritz it kind of with a lot. And I'm going to try the turnover method. Ooh, that spread out a lot. There we go. I'm just going to leave it sit there for a minute and absorb into the paper. Nice. Okay. And I do have one of my splatters already going. I was worried about not enough water, and now I have plenty. We are on the Royal Ultra White Felt paper. Yeah, I only cut mine once. So I think I have the wrong one on there. So then I'm going to pick that up. And there I have my background for my flowers. Nice. Okay, now I don't like my little thing right there, but I'm just going to leave it. Or I could turn it over and do it like in the same position, but I'm just going to leave it. I am going to splatter though a little. So I'm going to put a little bit of ink on my block. I'm going to spritz it. And then I'm going to get a brush out, which I did have a brush out here earlier. Oh, here I do. And then I usually take a block and do a little bit of splattering. And that's up to you if you want to splatter. Start with a little, otherwise you get big gloobers, so that's okay. Because I've got a big gloober up there, so.
I also found a cookie.
Oh, she found a cookie and the stamp. Oh, they sent me the wrong stamp. Okay, forget it. I have the wrong stamp. I told them the wrong one. I'm going to ask them which one it is.
Okay.
So now we want to heat set that to dry it. I will get an answer in a matter of minutes because I'm texting them.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right, so we're going to heat set that to dry it, and then we're going to stamp our stamp on there. I'm sorry, I mucked up the whole stamp, the whole name of the stamp and the stamp number, and I told them the wrong stamp, and I put the wrong stamp or the wrong die in the directions.
Okay.
Okay, well, if that's the worst thing that happened all week or in my direction writing, I'm okay with that. So you want to heat set this to dry it in order to stamp it. Now we could have just set it aside, but since we want to stamp it almost immediately, we're going to heat it. You can heat it from the back also, because that'll help flatten it back out.
Stephanie Huffman wants that die also. Okay.
And like I said, it is nearly impossible to get two to look exactly the same. Not bad, but yeah, that's my original. Now with this one, I am going to get out my platform because you will need to stamp it a couple times. Make sure if you're using your platform that you're on the clear side. See, I don't do like messy a lot because it's a lot over my work surface. I mean, I've been known to have a messy work surface before. Let's just get real. But yeah.
She learned it from the best of the messiest.
So now you can pick either stamp. You can pick either the tall one or the same one that we used before. How can you tell what is the clear side? What is the clear side? I don't understand the question, Melinda. Oh, the clear side. Mine says the word clear. So right here it says the word clear or it says the word rubber. So right now it's for my clear, but if I'm using rubber, then I want to be able to read the word rubber. So that's, mine says clear. Normally I would clean off my stamp, but I'm not doing it this time. I'm just going to set it there and pray. Okay. So I'm going to ink it up.
Stephanie said she wet her cardstock a little first, and I did better with that.
Oh, okay. Good tip, Stephanie. she wet her cardstock a little bit first, and then it did better because it blended. Good point. Yep, that works. Now it depends on how, if you want to get that totally filled in. But there, totally filled in. I was not a platform lover until I started using some of the more silhouette-y type stamps. Now, yeah, I would not stamp a silhouette stamp without it.
She didn't tell me that last year when she had me using it. But I liked it, didn't I, Sarah?
Yeah.
But I liked it. The non-stamper liked it.
Okay.
I'm going on a little field trip. I'll be right back.
Okay. She'll be right back.
There's chocolates out there, too.
Oh. Your platform is a little messy. Yeah, it is. Okay. So, yeah, platforms are awesome. So I'm just going to, now you do have a text insert in here. Actually, this one I just put a layer on the inside. I didn't put a text insert. Just put a layer. So you can either use the layer inside or you don't have to. If I were you, I would wait, because if you muck up one side, you can always turn it over and stamp on the other. But if I don't attach it, it's not staying in there, so. And then I moved it. Hang on, it's not straight. That's one thing with metallic cardstock. Usually you can pull it off. Okay, there we go. Now I'm happier. So now I have my silver. I just splattered the blue, Jean, but you can splatter the blue and the purple. I think on my original sample I did a little bit of purple too. But on this one I did just the blue. Totally up to you. If you're doing up more colors, you can do more. If you had some silver alcohol ink, you could do that. Now this piece is a 65-pound piece of onyx paper. So it's a little bit lighter weight than the normal. And then this is going to go on there. I'm not sure if I have a little silver strip that now I lost on my table.
You lost something on the table?
Oh, here it is. It was turned over. So this piece you're going to want to trim down. It was turned over.
Okay. So you found it.
I found it.
It was just, it wanted to go someplace else for a moment.
Yeah, some of the silver alcohol ink, the silver mixative might be pretty on there too. Splattered because we have the silver background here. Not doing great with my layers tonight, people. Not sure why.
Looks good to us.
Good. Now, because this one is a little bubbly because of all the water on there, I am putting a little bit of extra tape just to hold it down, especially around the edges. This one is really narrow, so I'm going to use my 1/8 inch tape. Somebody asked me about tape the other day, Tracy, and I do have your email and I just haven't gotten back to you, but I do have some extra tape, and I know there's a few other people that wanted some tape,
You're that 1/8 inch?
The 1/8 inch ATG tape. So I do have it, I just haven't gotten back to you because it's been a little bit of a busy week, so that's something that we'll worry about next week, but I'm not ignoring you.
Yeah, Melinda. Tired eyes, I think. Tired Sarah. You're doing remarkably well, Sarah. I can't even believe you're still standing.
Okay, there we go. Bam. And then foam tape for attaching.
My amazing daughter, she's her daddy's girl for sure. I know why. Born on
Because I
his
was born on his birthday.
Yeah, you were. You were. That was a great birthday present. 25-year birthday present.
Alrighty. So there we have our second one. Now we are going to go on to our third one, which is putting inks on the mat and then putting our cardstock down. And this is with the watercolor paper. Oh. Okay. Sorry, people. Rubbernecker said they no longer make that dye. I will talk to them and find out if maybe I can get a sheet of that dye so I can just have some to sell to you all. So I do apologize. I did not know that, but I will talk to them. Anyways, okay, we'll stop looking. Mystery solved.
Hey, stuff happens sometimes.
Yep, I didn't realize that they weren't making that one.
Okay.
All right, so let's go on to the last one, which is that one.
But they do make the one that you
Yeah, they do make the coneflower one. It's similar, but it just comes in separate pieces.
Well,
okay, so for this one, we have our green, we have our black, we have our white, and then this thicker piece, this is our cold pressed watercolor. And then we do have our text insert that's going to go on the inside. So with the cold pressed watercolor, we're going to put inks down here, and then we're going to spritz them, and then you're going to pick the colors up. So you're going to have extra ink down there. If you want to pull out any extra pieces of your cold pressed watercolor to dip them, you can do that. You can do your Distress Oxide inks. I'm going to just do some of the little color fuse inks. If you use the re-inkers, they end up being, you can do those too, but they end up being darker.
are you on the fourth card, Sarah?
I'm on the fourth card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because what time is it?
Oh, it's 7:25.
Oh, okay. Okay, because this one I did earlier tonight, and this was just with re-inkers, and it ends up being a lot darker than if you just are smooshing the ink on there. So, but this is like a first version where I just kind of dropped drops of re-inkers on there and then spritzed it with water. Actually, I did both sides. So, and this is pretty wet, but it's going to dry and it's fine because the cold press can absorb so much water. So, I am going to just use my re-inkers, or my little ink pads. And I'm going to smoosh. So, yeah, the Distress Oxides work good for this. The little color fused ones. And we're only using, like, if you want to take it and chop it right away, we're only using a strip of it. So if you want to cut it in half before you even start to save the other half for something totally different, you can. Or you can just do the whole thing and then you cut it in half, not in half, but I'll give you the dimensions. I think it's 2 inches. You cut it after, and then you can still use it for another card. So, but I'm just going to smooth. And if you want to, you know, you can drag lines, you can smoosh, you can do whatever you want. Probably more blue than I needed, but actually it is more blue than I needed. I wanted to start out with some light green so I didn't get too overly into my blue, but it doesn't matter because this is where you can do whatever you want. And we're just kind of playing. The cold press watercolor is very forgiving because if you don't like it, you can just, you know, take a paper towel, dab it on there, and you'll lift some of the color off. Now, do I have enough blue on there now? Probably too much, too big of area, but okay. Let's go for it. We're just gonna spritz it with water. And we're gonna pick up our color. Woo!
Can this be done with any ink cubes or just the fuse or oxides?
You know, it's pretty much any dye-based ink. I did try to use some like chalk inks. That did not work very well.
Any dye-based inks, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think
All right.
probably the Distress Oxides probably work probably the best. But yeah, any dye-based ink. This is where I don't know why I have the little splotches, but I don't mind because it's like just this kind of watercolor effect. But if you're working on this is the cold press, if you spritz it with water, you can actually pick up some of that color. So if you get too much color on there, you can pick it up. See how it lightened? So yeah, you can lighten your color off of that cold press watercolor by spritzing it a little bit with water, and then I blotted some of the color off. So I don't know why I have little splotches, but that's okay because I'm going to trim it and I'm going to stamp on it anyways. But then you can take and you can spritz this more, and I'm just going to go on the back of mine, but you could spritz it more and you'll get a lighter secondary. And you obviously wouldn't do it on both sides, but then you can get more of like a wash, so you can spritz it and get like, pick up some of that extra color, because you maybe don't want to leave all that color down there. So I did it on the back. You're obviously not going to do it on both sides, but I just wanted to show you while I had that out. But then you can just get a lighter watercolor. So I'm going to pick that up. But you're going to do whatever colors you want. This card is green, but you have a couple extra cards in there. So if you want to use other colors. Now if you're going to stamp on it right away, you do need to dry it. Or, you know, if you want to just leave yours out until tomorrow, that's fine too. You have extra pieces that you can, you know, just sit there and play if you wanted to.
I'm going to take this back, Sarah, unless you need me here.
Okay, nope, you're good.
Then I'm going to turn off the lights, so if I don't return in a few
What?
minutes.
Turn off the lights, and if you don't come back, come and find you.
Yes.
Okay.
'Cause that means I tripped over something in the dark.
So yeah, it's almost impossible to get it to be exactly the same 2 times in a row. So it is just a one-of-a-kind type background. And you wouldn't normally do both sides. I was just doing that to show you that you could mop up the rest of the color. I think these blotches are, I didn't have as, they're the different color, they're this color, and I didn't have as much water on them, so they didn't spread out. But that's okay, because it's just a background. Yeah, I did try it with the chalk inks and it didn't work so good. And like I said earlier, when I did the just the re-inkers, then I got much darker. So I could have spritzed this with some water. But yeah, this was just from the re-inkers. As long as I'm heating this one, I'm going to heat this one to dry it too. Now the one thing about the cold pressed watercolor, it is, the cold pressed watercolor is very absorbent, so it does not, you can't emboss on it. Like, it will not let you heat emboss because it just absorbs the ink too much. And you put your powder on it and it just doesn't work. Now, I'd never tried the Wow embossing powder, so somebody said to try that. Okay, I'm going to set that aside because I can use that for a different background. Okay, just making sure I have a clean surface. Now this piece I'm going to cut to, I believe it's 2 inches, but it's going to fit on my black layer. Yeah, trim to 2 inches wide. So that's going to end up fitting on there. So trim whatever 2 inches you want. And it's also going to be narrower, so you can cut it to a little bit shorter. Oh, I already have the length right for you. Okay, good. I didn't know I did that. So cut it to 2 inches wide. And actually it is cut directly in half. So you have one side for something else. I am going to get my stamping platform out again. You're back.
I made it. I turned on the kitchen lights and then I shined into the other room.
And I am going to get the other stamp out. Now when you stamp it, remember that you're going to cover up the bottom. So stamp it about 1 inch from the top. I'm just going to set it on there. And you can adjust where you put your strip. Okay. I'm going to stamp it one more time to fill in some of my leaves didn't fill in the first time. There we go. Perfect. I wouldn't say perfect, but pretty good.
Perfectly perfect. I like it.
And then the stamp that I used on this one was the For You. So I'm going to pull that one off. And I have a little piece, and this is a little piece of metallic. So just, it might need to be heat set to dry depending on the ink that you use. I'm using my VersaFine Clear, which it will need to be heat set to dry, so I don't smudge it. Hang on a second, I want to stamp it one more time. Okay, now I'm going to heat that to dry it. Alright, now I'm going to go on to assembly. This I'm just going to set aside for a minute. So I'm going to attach my black and white layer to the front of the card and my text insert to the inside.
Hey Sarah, your mom could even do this.
Yeah, I know you could. Yeah, there's really no right and wrong. It's a little messy, but it's your creation with whatever inks you want. And it's not supposed, except I smudged right there. But that's okay. I'm going to take my strip and I'm going to put it right there. So yeah, make sure you have clean fingers. But yeah, my strip now is going to sit right over my smudge. Hate when that happens. than your watercolor. It's clean and dry. This piece you are going to trim. So yeah, I'm going to put mine up a little bit higher. I would like it preferably down here, but I have a little smooge right there.
Oh, it looks great. Looks nice.
I might put it down anyways. Oh, that's bothering me. Okay, that's okay. If it was perfect, it would be Hallmark.
Not as fun to go out and buy a card as it is to make it.
You know, I had all these stamps and I was still, in the beginning, I was still going out and buying cards. And then one day I just said to myself, this is stupid. Why am I buying cards? I can be making them. So that's when at that point I decided, that's when I have never bought another card. Still, I think I do have to cover up my smudge. Okay. So yeah, ever since that point, which was a long time ago, is when I started making cards.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And not buying them. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut my For You. If I learned before, I would get out a trimmer, but I didn't learn before, so here goes. All right. And then yes, you have extra gems, so you can put gems on this one too. Alrighty, there we go. Card number 4 done. And hopefully you have some extra tops and you can make some extra cards. Let's get them all laid out here again.
Sequins cover smudges nicely. Yes, they do. I only buy cards when people don't appreciate the ones that I make.
I get that. Okay, so here we have our silhouette and background class, and we will see you all tomorrow night for cards. One more class and then comment sold. See you tomorrow.